something that we have to remember is that even though we have a personality disorder, we still have a personality. And that's something that's actually kind of hard for other people to get to grips with when it comes to things like antisocial personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder, or other cluster A, or things like that, sociopathy, etc. And one thing that I have learned since I have come to be diagnosed, and also before that recognizing it within myself that I have antisocial personality disorder, is that it doesn't just boil down to torturing animals, it doesn't just boil down to hurting people, but it also boils down to a very impulsive, almost thrill-seeking, compulsive way of living where people with antisocial personality disorder kind of derive some kind of like pleasure from kind of living in a way that is kind of unsavory, but we also don't see it as unsavory, nor detrimental to like our psyche, because it's kind of like what we want to do. We're basically, people with antisocial personality disorder basically just do whatever the fuck they want all the time. And it's not that we don't have empathy, it's that our empathy is kind of like manufactured, stilted, and that of course of course anyone would say, and it's true, that antisocial personality disorder is born out of trauma. So that tendency to put ourselves before anyone else is what causes this lack of empathy, which is really hard to practice. I noticed that lying a lot, being really impulsive, doing a lot of drugs, committing crimes, stealing, amongst other things. Things were really, these things were really like interesting to me for some reason. I just couldn't live a normal life, and I was really just like, I noticed that basically throughout my entire life I just wasn't able to like conduct myself like a normal person. Like I wasn't interested in doing things that normal people were interested in doing, and I didn't feel that empathy and that consideration for the other people that would stop me from doing bad things. People with antisocial personality disorder are not inherently dangerous, but I would say that people with antisocial personality disorder can absolutely drag you down if you're susceptible to influence, if you're a suggestible person. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of a messy video, but what I'm really talking about here is a person with antisocial personality disorder also has a personality underneath the disorder. It's just really interesting when we sit and reflect on these things,